welcome to Dynamite. Now, as you can hear in my throat, my voice actually, my allergies is still bothering me. And usually around this time of year, like a lot of people, they get like throat problems. I got one. And that's also contributing to my allergies. So I can't really do a full review, but I am going to give you my thoughts on this show. So I'm sorry, guys, if this is not really done fully. What did I think about Dynamite? It was alright, but I don't understand a couple of things. The one thing I don't get at all, why did we have a match with Kiera Hogan versus Penelope? Why again Penelope Forbes is shown? Why? Why? Now, of course, you could say, well, Ruby Soho. That's the reason why. But I could understand Ruby Soho having that match that she had on Rampage for Dynamite. This should have been on Rampage. Kiera Hogan should have been on Rampage. Not taking anything from Kiera. I like her. I actually do like her. I think she's improved quite a lot when she was Impact Wrestling. Whether she was single or tag. She worked hard. She had improved. But she should have been on Rampage. This should have been Rampage, not Dynamite. And if Penelope is supposed to be that important, why are you putting her on Dynamite and Rampage? Rampage should be used for somebody else. It's an extension of Dynamite. I want to see the extension of Dynamite with new fresh blood for the women, like Kiera Hogan. Why not? I'm just saying. Now, the segment with Top Team, the Men of the Year, and the Inner Circle is interesting. They're going to have a 10-man tag probably next week. I don't remember if it's going to be Rampage or it's going to be on Dynamite. I can't remember. But it will be interesting to see where they're going to go with it. The AAA titles, tag titles, now going to FTR. And them dressing up as Lucha Libre wrestlers. It was obvious. You could see from at the moment... excuse me. Oh, I can feel it all here. The moment I laid eyes on them when Andrade brought them in, I said, that's FTR. That is FTR. And then later you see FTR with the titles, with Tony Schiavone, and then you see the MJF getting paid off in check and in cash because he was asking for both. He gives Andrade a hug and he says, whatever you want, this is a one-time thing. FTR belongs to me. That's what he was saying. Interesting. Seeing that heels work together. Such a novel concept. Heels working together when it's necessary. Something that Impact doesn't do very well all the time. And it's never done with WWE. It is so rare that it's a shock. Here it was done quite well. Dante Martin dealing with Malachi Black. It was not bad. Wasn't bad at all. I was okay with it. At one point it did look a little sloppy. And that was on, I think Malachi Black did a little bit of sloppiness. Not saying Dante wasn't sloppy either. They're human. They make mistakes. It was a little sloppy at one point for either one of them at different parts of the match. Now, you are going to have, since Dante Martin's brother is still injured, you're going to have, what? Lio Rush as his partner, which is not a bad thing. Leo's a very good talker. He's actually a good wrestler. And right now, he's a good heel. As far as I can tell, it's pretty good. Now, the thing I liked the most was Dark Order dealing with the Super Click and seeing Evil Uno pull off the Sacco. I'm sorry, guys. If you didn't like it, I understand. Not everyone's going to like seeing, I think it was Matt Jackson getting his sneaker taken off, then getting his sock pulled off by Uno, then Evil Uno putting it on his hand. And I think, no, I'm not doing any images, but seeing him stick it down his own throat. I think it was Matt. I could be wrong. It looked like it was Matt. That was priceless to me personally. I enjoyed that. Seeing that they can play around a little bit more in the match. The one thing a lot of people don't get is that during these matches, there's nothing wrong with having comedy. There's nothing wrong with it as long as you do it in the right context. Now, if I know the Slug Daddy, he's not going to like it because it's the Bucks of suck. He does give them respect when there is is respect to be given. For me personally, I'm somewhere in the middle of the road. The Bucks can be great, they can be crappy, they can be in between. Here they were in between. They weren't so bad. They were being more comedic to anything else, and I was fine with that. Adam Cole looked fine, and in the end, he got the win. Nothing wrong with it. The question is going to be where they're going to keep going with the Super Click. We did not see Kenny, and that was fine, particularly that Hangman Page had a great video segment with Tony Schiavone and talking about cowboy shit. Cowboy shit. The crowd were, and I got to say this, particularly about the Miami crowd, it was very electric. This really helped the show from the top to the bottom, even when it came to Penelope Forbes dealing with Kiera Hogan. At first they were not interested, but by near the end they were. I truly believe that this crowd made that show look good. Flat out. It wasn't perfect, but it was good. And seeing him and Paige talking about how he went through his rise, his fall, coming back, making cowboy shit mean something. I enjoyed it, talking about him saying that at one point when I was so hot, I was able to go away, be there for my newly born child, my son, and come back and see you guys love me, still care about me, and believe in me. That gave me enough to believe in myself. So now, at Full Gear, I can't guarantee I'm going to win, but I promise you I'm going to give you everything that I am. Well done. And, the MJF's... The thing about the MJF segment wasn't that it was bad, it was damn good. Darby Allin got his ass whooped last week. He puts over Darby Allin, he puts over himself. He's a damn good heel that knows how to push the buttons. He knows how to push everybody's freaking buttons. That's how I love him. He's such a damn good heel. If he was in front of me, I'd say, dude, man, you know how to push some damn good buttons. Oh, you hurt my feelings, you bastard. He said, of course I'm a bastard. That is my job, is to the salt of the earth, you motherfucker. That would be MJF. The only thing that I had a problem with was him running away from Sting. Wardlow got nailed, fine. But seeing him walk away so easily from Sting, yeah, he almost got Sting, but then he runs away really quickly. I kind of wish he had faced Sting and then walked backwards, then turned, not just walked away. Don't think that was wise. But that's just me. Maybe it's due to the fact my throat is all messed up. I'm not myself. That could be it. I don't have no fevers. Just to let you know. If you guys are saying, oh my goodness, man, you keep talking about your throat. You got to have a fever. No fever. No aches, no pains. Just my throat, my nose, my eyes itch. So I'm fine. And the best match of the night was Bobby Fish, who's now signed, as far as I understand, and Bryan Danielson. It was a very rough match. At one point, when they did the superplex off the top turnbuckle, it kind of made me a little nervous because once you see Bryan Danielson hits the mat, his head bounces off really hard off the mat. That makes me a little nervous. Hopefully he's all right. He bounced really hard off the top of that turnbuckle. Once he jumped off the turnbuckle and he bounced off really hard, that did make me a bit nervous. So I'm hoping he's okay. But in the end, Bryan Danielson wins. Fine. He had to win because he's back and because he's so popular. It was all right. This was basically a review. I'm trying to make it as short as I can. But if you watch this show, there's going to be a lot of stuff you're going to like. A lot of stuff you're not going to like. I'm not even going to talk about what happened to Uma versus Moxley. Moxley destroyed him. There's no even point to talk any more than that. But the show was fine. I'm just saying that, like I said with Rampage, yes, both the shows were live, just like SmackDown was. I don't know if the ratings are going to be good for either one of the shows, honestly. When you look at Rampage, they'll be lucky if they break 500,000. When it comes to Dynamite, they probably will get 700. Maybe 8. I think it'll be 7 if they're lucky. And there's going to be people going to say, look how Dynamite is. Look how Rampage is. They're nothing. Well, guess what? they're on dead times. Sorry. No matter how you play it, they're on dead times. And I'm not even justifying them. They got good shows. Some were pretty good to good booking. Some of them great. But in the end, they're at a dead time. No matter what, you can have the best show in the world, but if you're in a dead time, no matter even if you're the WWE, you're not always going to have great numbers. But that's just me. And I hope you enjoyed this Dynamite review. Please, well, yeah, pretty much a Dynamite review. Please give me a comment below. Peace.